Hello, everybody. It's my privilege to introduce to you, all the way from the south side of Chicago, the man, the myth, the legend, my Theo, your brother, the South Side Unicorn.
And what they're proposing, Romney wants to he said in the first 100 days, he's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Do not forget today's lesson.
Respect and honor.
Respect and honor.
Hey, it's your boy Ken White, host of the Southside Unicorn Show. I'm going to have to be brief, ladies and gentlemen. Got a lot going on today, but as you know, there was a debate on April 23rd in San Francisco between the gubernatorial candidates. Hey, look, we have to be smarter than what we're doing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about 37 to 39 days away from the primary. That would be like the starting gate for the race. Right now, all the runners are lining up. Two of those runners belong to us, I hope. And this is not the time to be trying to tie their shoelaces together or hope they don't make it through or tell one of them, you need to drop out the race because our runner can run faster than all these other people. That is not true. If we make the mistake of allowing a Democrat to get through even to the second position, they will become the governor of the state of California. We have never been closer to breaking the cabal, to breaking the iron fist that is choking the life out of the state of California. So, ladies and gentlemen, please take a breath, relax. Understand that for right now, we need to be as united as we can possibly be. We need to get Sheriff Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton into the 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. It doesn't matter what position they land in until they land in it, okay? So at the debate, I watched every minute of it. I didn't take my eyes off of it. Unlike the CAGOP, who has this 60% threshold to earn their endorsement, Sheriff Chad Bianco went on that stage and he got his own endorsement from the California people. He handled that debate. I don't want to sound misogynistic, but let's keep it real. He manhandled that debate. And Steve Hilton, who always reads the room, I mean, you can see another debate with Steve Hilton where it was just he and the Democrats, and I couldn't tell them apart. He was beating the hell out of Sheriff Chad Bianco, which was an absolute no-no. Absolute no-no. So when you turn around and you want Sheriff Chad Bianco to be all nice and conciliatory to Steve Hilton, cut it out. You're talking to adults, okay? The man has been just savaging Sheriff Chad Bianco ever since. Now, on this night, they did happen to ask everyone, if you don't make it, will you endorse your candidate? Well, I'm sorry. This is where culture comes in at. This is where reality kicks in at. Sheriff Chad Bianco did man talk. When they asked him to go ahead and do an alley-oop for Steve Hilton, which would basically say he's willing to concede the fact that a Democrat could get in, he did man talk. He said, I'm not going to endorse my fellow candidate because it's going to be he and I that make it through. He basically threw the gauntlet down at the Democrats and said, you're done, pal. Did you see the same debate that I saw? He was right, and he did it right. He said, there is no need for me to worry about that because we're going to be 1 and 2. No different than a phalanx with the Spartans. No different than anybody that has a teammate. I had my bros when I was in the Air Force. And the bottom line is, when you got your bros and you going against your foes, You ain't worried about them dudes. I was going to say something else, but it rhymes, but I couldn't have said it. You ain't worried about them. All you worried about is your bro. You and your bro gonna make it. So that was a shot across the bow to the Democrats. And that was a message to Steve Hilton until at least June 2nd. Can you please cut it out? Can you understand that we are close to you and I making it on the helicopter? And so, to all of you out there who support Hilton, please cut it out. June 2nd is what we want. We want both of these men to make it to June 2nd. So, I'm going to break his answer down so it helps you all understand that he did not fail to endorse Steve Hilton if he should not make it. And by the way, in a subsequent interview after that moment, he did just give you your simple, basic yes. But the answer he gave on that stage, he only had 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. And he took that 15 seconds for all it was worth because his answer prior to his answer has caused over 55% of the people who watched it to say that Sheriff Chad Bianco took that interview. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You forget one thing. We're all tired of the Democrats. Even Democrats are tired of Democrats, okay? They can't say it out loud because they're just as held as hostage as the people in the Gaza Strip. You come out of line with the Democrats, they will wear you out. But if you go inside that ballot box where nobody can see you, they're going to vote accordingly. And I think no matter how it breaks down, they're going to vote for a Republican. But not if we sit here keep beating each other up and give these guys an opening. Did you see how the Democrats treated each other? Oh my goodness. I mean, Katie Porter, thank goodness she was there. You know, and as far as the other four Democrats, let's keep it real. They were textbook Democrats. They showed us exactly why we should not vote for them ever. I mean, my God, somebody out there might do this. I don't Like I said, somebody out there might do this, and I hope they do. Will somebody please count how many times the Democrats evoke the name Donald Trump? Trump. I mean, my goodness, I did not know that President Donald J. Trump was running for governor of the state of California. If you listen to the Democrats during that debate, that's exactly what you would think, because you could ask them one simple question. Mr. Becerra, what are you going to do about the budget of schools for the next fiscal year? Donald Trump. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, they beat themselves. Now, we have to be careful that we don't give them too many debates. I see that another one is coming up. You can't accidentally give them too many debates, okay? We beat them already. Perhaps we'll do it again, but they're intractable. I say they're under demonic influence. I really think they're just meat puppets for demons. That is my personal opinion. And if you keep giving them too many debates, all they're going to do is go back, reconfigure, learn from it, learn how to lie to the people even better, and watch those moderators because they're going to be gunning for you too. So don't give them too many more debates, please, between now and June 2nd. Okay, I want to be brief about this. That's what I said I was going to do. So we're going to play the portion of the questioning when they asked all the candidates if they were not successful in their bid for governor, would they endorse their running mates or their colleagues? We're going to play that all the way through its entirety, and then we'll discuss more of it on the end.
And thank you, Nikki. This is another round where you will all be getting the same question. We're asking for a yes or no answer here. If you do not finish in the top two on June 2nd, will you endorse your party's nominee? Mr. Steyer, we will start with you. Yes or no? Yes. Do you want me to go to elaborate, or is it just yes? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, I said yes. Thank you, Mr. Steyer. Ms. Porter?
Absolutely yes.
I guess we are going to let you elaborate, so I'll go back to you, Mr. Steyer. I'll give you 15 seconds.
Let me put it to you this way. If there's a Republican in the race, that Republican will be supported by and also supporting Donald Trump. Donald Trump is raising our gas prices. Donald Trump is kicking 1 to 3 million people off Medi-Cal. Donald Trump is trying to punish California every way he can. And the people who are supporting him are also supporting ICE. That is a legal organization that is terrorizing and victimizing Californians. How can I support that?
Mr. Steyer, thank you. Ms. Porter, I know that you said yes. Your response.
Yes, absolutely. And I have a track record of supporting other Democrats. Mr. Steyer likes to talk about his giving pledge, but what he's done with his own money is more give me an opportunity to be the governor. I think it's really important that we support other Democrats. I've campaigned for other people in purple seats. I've raised money for other people. I was a successful fundraiser and a successful campaigner, and I've used that to beat Donald Trump everywhere we can. And I would do the same thing in this
Porter,
race.
Ms. Porter, thank you. Mr. Mahan, we'll come to you. If you don't finish in the top two on June 2nd, will you endorse your party's nominee? You have 15 seconds.
Well, we don't have party primaries, but assuming there's a Democrat and a Republican, I'll endorse the Democrat, but I will make very clear to them and everyone else that the best resistance to Donald Trump is delivering results in people's lives, just as I've done as the mayor of the third largest city in the state, where we're building thousands of homes.
Mr. Mahan,
we've reduced
thank you.
crime and reduced homelessness.
Mr. Mahan, thank you. Mr. Becerra, same question to you.
What we need is the best person who can fight those who are attacking California, like Donald Trump. Someone who's actually taken on Donald Trump, not just fought, but won. Not someone who just wants to fight to do more for housing, but has and can improve the lives of so many people, has fought for better health care. I will support that Democrat in the runoff.
Mr. Becerra,
I'm hoping
thank you.
I'm the one that's there.
Mr. Becerra, thank you. Frank.
I'll ask the Republicans now. We've heard from the Democrats. Mr. Bianco, if you do not finish in the top two on June 2nd, will you endorse your party's nominee? 15 seconds.
The only people who are hurting California are Democrats. It is not Donald Trump. They keep saying Donald Trump because Democrat policies are a dismal failure in California. They have nothing to point to. If I'm not going to support my opponent because it's going to be he and I going to November.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Hilton, if you do not finish in the top two on June 2nd, will you endorse your party's nominee? 15 seconds.
Yes, I will, because we've had 16 years of one-party rule by these Democrats. It's given us the highest poverty rate, the highest unemployment rate, the highest cost of living in America. It is obviously desperately time for change in California. It's time for some balance in our system. We have to elect a Republican as governor this year.
Thank you very much.
Now,
lightning quick, soon after that was done, the Hilton supporters tried to frame it that Sheriff Chad Bianco said he would not endorse the other candidate for the Republican Party. Hey, look, we all talk a different language. We all talk a different talk. We all walk a different walk. And this is where it's shown. Sheriff Chad Bianco grew up around a military atmosphere. We don't think in terms of losing. If we did that, we'd have one of the cheapest militaries on the planet. You don't put on a badge and a uniform and a gun and walk out there and think about losing. I went through the Sheriff's Academy. I was a police officer in the military and in civilian life. And they taught us one thing. It's called the will to survive. Those Democrats tried to ask a sheriff, a peace officer, to think about failure. He's not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to do what a peace officer does. We're going to survive. We're going to win. You're talking to me about losing? How dare you? I'm not doing that today. I won't even give it a thought in my head. It is not a thought in the sheriff's mind about losing. He didn't come here to do that. But he also said something else that was very important. He said, you Democrats ain't going to make it. We're closing the door on you. We're coming through this door, and Steve Hilton's going to bring up the rear and lock you out. And if we can do that on June 2nd, ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, it's over. California is going to change one way or the other. I have my own opinions about Steve Hilton, but at the same time, being, owning the truth about this thing, I guess I would still rather have him than any damn Democrat. Okay? But stop attacking the sheriff on every single thing. He spoke man talk. And I hope Steve Hilton was listening. Calm down, bro. Chill out, bro. This is not your enemy. Your enemy were those other four cats on the stage. You forgot that at the last debate you went to, Steve, but you read the room good this time. Kudos to you for staying chill. Because Sheriff Bianco spoke it the way it was supposed to be spoke. We're tired of the BS. We're tired of people always using race. race car, race car. Almost all the Democrats, with any answer that was given, they brought up race, racism, Donald Trump. I am tired of it. You all are tired of it. I've been a Republican for 52 years, since I was 10 years old. And when I saw those people speaking, Katie Porter especially, I'm so glad that I was never a Democrat. So, okay, we got that out there. He may have left a few words out. Chad Bianco left a few words out of that. But what he was basically saying is, you guys are done. Me and Steve Hilton are going through first and second or second and first. So I'm not even going to think like you want me to think. They always want you to think failure. It's a psychological thing. If you even admit to it, you've already lost. You know, sort of like they make people who are the descendants of slaves buy into this idea of black. I'm a black man. Once you say that to yourself, you have no idea all the psyop headlocks that you've put on yourself. But the Democrats do. So, okay, in the pressure of a 15-second required answer, Chef Bianco left a few words out of that, which may have made his answer sound like a negative, but put back in proper perspective, leaning back and looking at it the right way. It was beautiful, and it was a positive, but it was also man talk. You bring up the rear. You carry your side of it too. Remembering how hard Steve Hilton has been banging on the sheriff, he kept it real. He's like, yo, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about him. I'm going to get through this thing. So Steve and, the Hiltonites, as I call you, the Hiltonites, come on, guys. For a little bit longer, we got about, let me see, what is that? We got about 37 or 39 days we got to play nice. Can we start doing that? Because these two guys are literally piercing history. They're going to make it through. So I'm just asking for a ceasefire, a moratorium for the next 37 to 39 days until we get both these gentlemen past the primary. And if you want to pick up the vitriol and all that all over again, fine. But let's really focus on the real mission, okay? Our two candidates are in the hot gates. I always talk in forms of movies, you know that. I love using movies as an example when I do my show. They're in the hot gates, and they're fighting numbers. But if we stay united, if they stay united, just for 36 to 37 more days, the numbers of the Democrats will count for nothing. So I just wanted to, point that out, that Sheriff Bianco wasn't being a bad guy, and he wasn't misspeaking. He was speaking from a warrior's perspective. And in closing on that, you know me, I love movies, so I'm going to give you some actual visual and audio as to what the sheriff was saying when he said, I'm not going to say those words because myself, or Steve Hilton and myself, are going to be the ones that go through. It was a positive. I can guarantee you, but Sarah had a little pucker going on when he heard those words. No different than Xerxes when he was sitting on top of the hill watching Leonidas wear his immortals out. When a man speaks man talk to those who know tyranny, they pucker a little bit. Good job, Sheriff Chad Bianco. Thank you for being a man on that stage and handling your business. Can't wait to see you become the governor of the state of California.
Raise your shield.
Sire.
Raise your shield as high as you can. Your father should have taught you how a phalanx works. We fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength. Each Spartan protects the man to his left, thigh to neck, with a shield. A single weak spot, and the phalanx shatters. From thigh to neck, Ephialtes.
In the end, the Spartan's true strength was the warrior next to him. So give respect and honor to him, and it will be returned to you. First, you fight with your head.
Then you fight with your heart.
Oh, I said I was going to land right here, but looks like that's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That last clip with the queen joining in with the king and teaching their young man how to be a Spartan reminded me of Denise Bianco. Very few people will understand what it takes to be the significant other, the spouse, the wife of someone who puts on a badge, puts on a gun and a uniform, and goes out the door. That god-awful optic of Sheriff Chad Bianco's head in the crosshairs as a political flyer, that was over the top, ladies and gentlemen. That was not cool, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. Let's chill until June 2nd, 2026, when both these gentlemen, Sheriff Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton, cross the line and close out the Democrats and make history. But until then, we really need to calm down. This clip coming up is an homage to Denise Hilton and all those who support warriors who go out the door and make that decision to make the ultimate sacrifice. Don't be fooled. There are people who have gone out the door and said, I'll see you tonight. Can't wait to watch that movie with you, honey. And they never come back. Don't add to it. Don't conflate to it by making this political contest so ridiculously filled with vitriol that it's so ugly that we can't even be friends after this contest is done. Somebody's going to win and become the governor. And I would like to think that all of us on this side of the fence will still have each other.
Spartan!
Yes, milady.
Come back with your shield. Or on it.
Yes, milady.
Goodbye, my love. He doesn't say it. There's no room for softness. Not in Sparta. No place for weakness. Only the hard and strong may call themselves Spartans. Only the hard. Only the strong.
Hey, listen to me. There's no place I'd rather be. There's nothing more I'd rather do than being right here doing this show for you. I'm Ken White, host of the Southside Unicorn Show, and we are out.
Do not forget today's lesson.
Respect and honor.
Respect and honor.